Hello everyone, I'm Dylan. Welcome to Locked. For a man may prefer what he can do to what he cannot do. Sure, the state he is in to its absence or change. The necessity has made it itself unalterable. John Locke. Sure. I wake up. Alright. I had a good night's sleep. In terms of my quality of sleep, I have nothing to complain about. No nightmares, no any other kind of dream for that matter. I don't really I don't really have dreams. I haven't discovered a for a long time. And yet the sight is before me is somewhat unusual to wake up to. Shoes? How often are our feet the first thing you see upon waking up? I don't know, it's probably that one guy out there. I wager it's quite a rare event, I guess. I can't even come up with a scenario that was likely to occur. I don't know. More of my own, I guess. A pair of shoes right now, so probably must be non-zero. Something occurs to me that the feet are connected to people. Wait a second! These feet belong to somebody! What's up? Oh, thank goodness, you have come too. I have to admit, I was beginning to miss you. Miss me? The person I talked to previously was much less pleasant. Right. I guess you are beautiful, question mark. I like your eyelash thingies. No, wait. What are those? Are those eyelashes? I guess the eyebrows, eyelashes. Yeah, that's right. She's a stranger at all. That's right. I belong to speak to her. How do I feel? Very good. I'm glad I found myself in such desirable company. The feeling is mutual. There's nothing I want more than to talk to you right now. Feel free to discuss anything in this room that catches your interest. I will gladly do so. Oh, what is that? An old computer? Question mark? Old? You characterize it as such due to its size? I guess so. True, technology advances it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. On the other hand, modern computers large, we assume it's to be proportionally powerful. Computer size and the question shows age or computer. But if I want a computer, I don't want it to take up an entire wall. It's built for a simple, if not primitive, reason. It's supposed to fit a human inside. Oh. Is someone in there right now? Of course not. Maybe. It's merely an exhibition object. What? Everything around us is but a buffet to provide us with topics to discuss. Sure. I went in there! The computer might be the most interesting. I guess. The Chinese room argument. No. Explain it, please. It's a thought experiment, so please open your mind to a hypothetical scenario. I do not know any Chinese and are put into a room. You find rule books that tell you precisely how to convert a given combination of Hanzai to a new string of characters. Occasionally we've seen letters through a mail slot from the outside of the room. You write down the answers according to the rule books and send them out back. You follow the rules diligently and your answers are perfectly intelligible, and the people outside assume you are a fluent Chinese speaker. But are you? No. From looking at the characters alone, I have no means of learning to understand them. No matter how I pursue this task, I will never be able to learn Chinese. So, if someone gave me, like, a French to Dutch translation thing, and I would translate it all to Dutch, and I would hand it out, I still wouldn't know what I was typing out. Same thing with English and Chinese, I guess. Or Hanzi, whatever it was. There's no question about it. Since the programming computers analogy goes to the rule books you use, it's supposed to say the same thing to them. Computers, no matter how they simulate understanding, they do not have any. That's true, they just kind of follow the laws they were given. There's one aspect about this thought experiment that's extremely overlooked. The person inside might be capable of speaking some language. Clearly you were brought into within understanding of English, but you were never prompted or given an opportunity to use it. Judging you based on your Chinese abilities is quite unfair. Being stuck inside the Chinese room would be pitiful and terrifying. So what if a computer has its own native language? What if it had feelings and no needs, and no means of communicating with the outside world? Even though the Chinese room argument is a mere thought experiment, it exposes a very boresome fact about artificial AI. If a computer somehow comes to obtain emotion, it would be an existence of utter despair. Oh, it's like that thing that they just discovered where plants can actually feel things, and they actually do scream. Look it up. It's real, maybe, or it's an internet troll. One of those. I don't know if I don't want to. Technology is scary, but that could probably happen. I admit it is unlikely. Although it might happen. We would have to know like knowing whether the miracle already occurred or not. Said unlucky computer would suffer in silence with no one being able to understand what it might be pain. Our language's barrier is too strong. Tell me, how would you put a computer out of its misery? Teach it how to read? I can notice its pain once it's communicated. By the time I realize it's suffering, the language barrier would no longer exist. So at that point, the computer would no longer have to be alone. Do you sense spend the rest of your life in this company? I mean, that'd be pretty cool if you could just be like have like a Jarvis or like a Knight Rider kind of thing, where it's just like, hey Jimmy, the computer, you doing all right? He's like, yes, I am great. I actually saw a funny thing. Would you like to see it? Sure. All right, here it is. It's a cat dog thing. I see. Computer. Can I look at you? What's that on your head? It says, a door to get out. Now let's look at the moon. The moon is quite beautiful today. I guess it is. The full moon seems to be preferred by almost everyone. I like the one where it's like a C-shaped. Those are pretty cool. Crescent moons, I think it's supposed to call. Moon has its own peel. That was the blood moon. I'm not disagreeing with you. The moon is the moon's most beautiful form. It's the most beautiful form because it is her true form. I guess so. She appears silver when she's illuminated by the sun. But in complete darkness, she is free from the sun's pesky influence, so she can finally stand around. But wouldn't everything appear like black and colorless if it was no light at all? Because isn't Google? Yeah, because color is simply a perception of energy and specific wavelengths of light that reaches our eyes. So if the whole everything was dark, then everything would be colorless. It would be like essentially grayscale-ish. Why not? Even then, it'd still be like colorless, but whatever. The moon feels trapped. A question causes her to laugh. It is a beautiful melodious laugh. The moon is about a celestial object. It cannot feel anything. Trade places with her, I would hate the sun with every fiber of my being. Why? That I'm uncertain of. Moon. What's on your head? Oh, oops. You. Talk to you. I'm flattered. One particular let you know. What's going on? Why am I chained to you? The one thing I'm particularly curious about is... Oh, her chain is on her neck? Well, couldn't I just run around and... I go before I dare utter my next words. Your necklace, where... I cannot bring myself to complete the sentence out of fear of offending her. As a response, her slender fingers wander up to trace my middle finger around her neck. My necklace? Are you referring to this? Yeah. Her hand slide down to the chain touch mark to the ring. She gently tugs at it, causing it to clink. And you wish to know where that leads? Her hands move on the first button of her coat, foretelling what would happen if I would say yes. But I am too memorized to utter a single word. Once again, all I can do is nod. She chuckles. I always value honesty. And, just like that, she puts the utmost button between her fingers and pushes it through the opening. One step through, slightly revealed, her upper body is revealed. She's fully clothed. Alright. I think about this is inappropriate. Sure. Why not? And yet, I feel like I'm witnessing something I shouldn't. Something not meant for my eyes. Something I cannot turn back from. Bearing a known smile, she repeats the same motion with the remaining buttons of her coat. She's satisfied with my request. I should have been contented, but the question of where her chain leads has grown even more puzzling. Is it attached to me, or is it attached to something else? I suppose it's time we arrive at the heart of the matter. How would you call yourself free? Oh, no one's truly free. You are constrained. Please take a moment to consider this and justify your answer. You answer my question with a question? Of course I am free. Wrong! I can lift my arm, clench my hand into a fist. I can control my thoughts and imagine anything I want in my head. And most of all, the thing I desire more than talking to you, which is what I'm clearly doing. The thing is preventing me from doing what I want to do. Therefore, both physically and mentally, I am free. So your freedom belongs to volition. Being free is equivalent to being able to do as you please. I do not agree with that conception. Even a prisoner, unless restrained from head to toe, can clench his fist if he wills it. As long as he's not under influence of drugs or illness, he can certainly control his imagination. Yet by definition, prisoners are not free. Lastly, when it comes to wish fulfillment, what if you want to do simply aligns with what you are able to do? A bird cannot fly that might not wish to leave its cage. It is content sitting on a decorative branch and picking at the delicious seeds every day. It longs for nothing, but is never given the opportunity to long for more. Would you say a bird is free? No. The bird circumstances seem to be quite sad, actually. Sure. In fact, it doesn't seem to long for the outside, so it might be a shackle of its own. The bird is confined in both body and mind. Despite the fact that it can do whatever it wants, freedom will never be in its grasp. Right. In that case, I have to agree that my expectation for freedom was faulty. I apologize. Let me offer a new one. There is no need. She lets out a laugh, but this one lacks the charm of its predecessors. After all, I pity you as much as myself. She once again moves her fingers to her chain and grips it with both of her hands. You are curious about this, yes? That she yanks the chain with her brutish strength, completely unlike the first time. So hard that even my own neck is pulled forward. Oh, so we are attached. My own neck? Suddenly the position dawns upon me. Our chains are connected? That is correct. I'm surprised the pressure has been bothered you until now. I cannot feel it. I only know that it is there now. That sounds much more comfortable than my own. I am painfully aware of it at all times. I would not describe my circumstances as comfortable. Why am I connected to you? Was this her doing? No. I wish I had any amount of control over this place, but fortunately I do not. If you discover a way to break free, I would love to know about it. Oh, okie dokie. There's a door right there, but there's probably more to it than there's that. Let's pause it here, because I don't know what's happening. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you eventually. So, like, is your name just Host?